KCOD Radio here at Coachella Music Festival. Here interviewing Beardyman, who just played. So, how was your set? Did you like the crowd? Did they react?
I loved the crowd. They were a good crowd. I enjoyed the crowd. It's always fun when you play on the first day of the festival because then everyone is at maximum enthusiasm level. So I'm glad that I was actually playing very early in the festival rather than very late. And yeah, it was really cool. Had a good time. My equipment crashed, but luckily when that happens I can just grab a normal microphone and just start beatboxing, and while my tour manager sorts it the fuck out, and that's what happened today. So kind of seamless in a way. No, I had a good time. It was good.
So for people who don't know what your type of music is, how would you describe your music?
My
your
act, I suppose, is whatever I feel like doing at the time. Mixed with little bits of things that I've planned, but often the things I've planned to do come out very different when I'm in the heat of the moment. And I like improvising. So I'm a beatboxer, and I beatbox into machines that I've had made for me, like this program which is controlled with like iPads and all kinds of other things, and it just runs off one laptop and enables me to beatbox and sing and whatever else and play keyboards and stuff and record it all as I'm going along and make a whole sort of, you know, DJ style show that sounds like it's completed tracks, but you know, then I can start singing into it and my voice starts getting manipulated so I can play with that and do all kinds of things with it. So it's kind of, I wouldn't really know how to describe it other than go into details about how I do it, but I suppose other people would be better at describing what I do, maybe. It's dance music heavy, it can lurch from one thing to another.
Yeah, I watched one of your set. How do you make all these noises? These are like really weird, like different noises than almost computerized coming from your mouth.
Yeah, well, a lot of the noises are from my mouth anyway, but then, I mean, I'm more interested in what technology can do, because in 2006 and 2007 I won the UK Beatbox Championship, and then I was like, you know what, that's enough beatbox for anyone to like practice that hard for that. And then so I sort of cashed in on it for a while by doing lots of beatbox gigs and just got bored of the restrictions of just using your mouth, but knowing that beatbox is this sort of uniquely sort of dexterous and adaptable tool, I thought, well, I'll use that as a component in a wider musical scheme, and had to compile and then ultimately build from scratch the equipment that I need to do the show that I need to do. That was a very long sentence, wasn't it? That was at least a paragraph. She's writing this shit in shorthand as well. It's amazing. That's the only way you can record a sentence.
Next to a techno girl, I'm using shorthand.
So how do you prep for a show? Do you have to get like your lungs ready? Because obviously you have to like beatbox and like non-stop.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to any... the microphone's on the bottom, by the way. You should switch it around. You hold it upside down.
No, it's not.
There it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know much, but I know where microphones are. That's my only skill, locating microphones. Yeah, no, I have other skills. I can tie my shoelaces. I can make a cheese sandwich pretty well. I can put turkey in that sandwich. I can put iceberg lettuce. If there's mayo, if there's mustard, I can put that in. I can cut the bread. Whole range of skills.
Yeah, so how do you come up with like your music? Like, say you make a new track or something, how do you write it? Do you write or just come up with it on the spot?
For recording, there's lots of different ways to record, but I've kind of made this system that I've made because it can also help me write stuff. Because I find that it's very easy to get either into a sort of artistic loop where you begin to get so used to a certain way of doing something or a certain bunch of phrases or kind of certain bunch of sounds, you get very stuck in a rut, and that's never something which has appealed to me particularly. I don't like the idea of doing the same thing over and over again, or trying to repeat things. So using this new system, I can just jam freely and let ideas come to me, and just capture them as they appear, manipulate them, and use this kind of music concrete approach to capture ideas in their rawest form as they occur to me. And I find that way you get a lot of kind of authenticity authenticity and the lyrics that end up coming out of you, and the delivery and the lyrical content are one and the same thing. So, I mean, I haven't done too much of that because it's only very recently that I made this system, but I've got an EP coming out which may even turn into an album, depending on how much I can get done in the next month or so. But I've got about 8 tracks which I've been working on, getting them to sound just perfect, and that's going to come out in a couple of months' time. They're finished, but there's always a couple of months of promo to do. But in terms of my actual creative process, it's just I try to keep things as uninhibited as possible as I'm trying to make stuff. I think that's the way the best things are made, is when there's no... But then again, that said, you know, if you want to do like a theme piece or like a joke thing, sometimes you come up with the idea first because something you're fucking around, you're joking about, and then something occurs to you. But I think there's always got to be some spark that's come from a non-deliberate process. It's got to have come from something else. So you've got to stumble upon a piece of inspiration rather than deliberately. Right, that's why I like improvising and doing what I do on stage, because it enables me to let the random occurrences of the moment and whatever occurs to me at the time to form the basis of the lyrical content or the music I'm about to do or whatever. So I like that kind of capricious creativity.
So what's the best and worst part about being a performer?
I think the worst part is the fact that you are away from your friends in at the exact times when they're going out. You're away. That's the worst part. But I think you take the rough with the smooth. If I worked in an office, I'd have other complaints, probably worse complaints. So I can't really can't really complain. Like, the best part, I suppose, is being able to wake up every morning and be like, what should I do today? Let me think about it. I'll do that. Okay. And then so there's very little routine other than routine which I have to impose upon myself, or routine which is just to do with the rigmaroles of touring or recording or whatever. But I get to do what I want. So the fact that touring can be relentless sometimes, you just have to take the rough and smooth.
Yeah. So where can people check out more about you?
If anyone wants to check me out, just go onto my website, which is beardyman.co.uk.